Hey guys, welcome to Intractable Daily. Thought I'd cover today my about a thrown out back and just the ins and outs of getting better, getting worse, just everything about it. So I'm going to talk about my back. I should say this in all my videos that I make because I have other channels, but I should say in the beginning, I have a speech disorder, so just know that when I make these videos, if I slow down or anything like that. Quite uncomfortable right now because my back has acted up again, so I can't find myself a lot of videos of personal stories of when I look, it's just a lot of about thrown out backs. I just find a lot of chiropractors and physiotherapists and stuff like that, so I thought I'd make this video. I have ice here, I have heat here, and I'm on a TENS machine right now. First I'll tell you, I don't even know if I made a video about this yet on this channel. So I threw out my back 3 times. And each time was just as bad as, the third time was probably the worst. I threw on my back the first time always lifting something too heavy, and it was way too heavy. And then, I don't know how long it took me. In total, I think it was probably 4 or 5 months to get better, but that was because I kept working out, I kept doing push-ups, and I shouldn't have done that. So the second time was much like the first, and I'll just say it took me less time, probably about a month. And I threw out my back. So let's just say I went through the healing stage twice, and then I did it again. So the likelihood is that I broke the adhesion, the healing scar. So when you pull, when you tear, so I'm talking about a strained back, and it's probably grade 2 because it's very painful. I don't think that I completely ripped it. There's no bruising or anything like that. So, and I don't know if it has to be like that, but nevertheless, this is a very painful thing to go through. So the third time, I was lifting something way too heavy. I don't know. I have like a big bin, like a really big bin, and I was storing stuff and I thought, okay, I could, I had a bin on another bin, a big Rubbermaid bin, like the biggest ones that you can get, and like bigger than the regular ones, and it was full of stuff. And I grabbed it, and my bed was right beside it. I'm like, I'll just slide it onto my bed. Stupidly, I lifted it somehow. It was really heavy, and let's just say it didn't work out that way. And I re-pulled what was there. So I probably pulled the adhesions that had healed those other 2 times. Probably not a good thing. But this time I pulled my upper back as well. What I thought was just nerves, like I have a pinched nerve in my back, because like I'm getting shooting pains up my, it's causing occipital neuralgia. I suffer with something called occipital neuralgia, but if you have a nerve going in that area, or you have a lot of, if you pull your neck, like the bottom of your neck area, if you pull that area, then it can cause occipital neuralgia. Just a fake number. I'll let that go through. Oh, just give me a second. I'm going to eat something here for a second. So I pulled my upper back, as well. And that's probably the one I hate the most. When I work out and I do push-ups, I haven't done push-ups in quite a while because I can't. I have to heal this. I was already used to, every once in a while the nerves would go off my back, or maybe I'm sure it was a pinched nerve, but there are other times I'm sure where I just pulled, lightly my traps. So my injury, I'm going to talk about my injury in particular. So there's 8 spots that I pulled this time. Sorry, so there were 2 new spots that I did. The other times it was like 4. I pulled my lower back. I could feel a sharp pain coming from, yikes, I can still feel it. I just haven't noticed it that much of late, and I may get looked at. I may go to the hospital and try to get an MRI or whatever, but this has been healing. It was healing well. So I pulled the lower. I guess they're just the muscles. Like if this is your spine, right? If that's your spine, it's the muscles just right beside it. The really strong muscles that go up each side. So at the bottom where my butt is, it's pulled there, but I don't really feel that. I have a pain disorder, very horrible pain disorder that causes pain down there anyways. Maybe that's why. So I also pulled, if I go up a bit, on each side. Okay, so where your traps attached like to your ribs on each side, right where it attaches to the ribs, it's like thick muscle there. I don't know how to explain it. I guess that's your traps. So that's the second place on both sides, right on the outer edge. So that would be your traps. Then under the scapular, of like your wing bone, right beneath there, probably about that much below, on the muscles that go right beside the spine. So again, those. And at the top, just widespread, my traps, my whole traps. That's a lot of pain to go through. So when I re-pulled it, I definitely went through a full month of that. And probably the last week, I've noticed that I had probably no symptoms at all. Gonna have to take another break in my voice and also eat this. And I'm gonna think, just give me a second. I'm in a lot of pain right now, but I want to try to help you along your journey. I'm trying to think of everything that I've gone through. It sucks having to wait for it, because it's a horrible feeling to feel like someone's got their thumb, like someone's standing behind you. They got their thumbs right in your, almost like in your rib area, but it's your muscle, it's your traps on either side. That was really hard to go through. But when it involves your, there's under the scapular too, so just in that area, and then up above on each side, it's like everywhere. So it radiates up in your shoulder, the back of the head, and it can set off my already occipital neuralgia, or it can just cause occipital neuralgia by all the nerves and muscles back there. So just give me a second. I just had the most horrible spasm of my friggin' esophagus. That was horrible, man. I'm making this because well, like I do want to help people about this, and I'll get into more detail. But it was healed. Like I was standing. I suffer with many pain disorders, intractable pain disorders. I have quite a few of them, and so it's beautiful when the symptoms start to dissipate. But don't be fooled, right? Don't go right back into an exercise. Ease into something, and I still work out. I do I don't do planks, but I do other things, like I get on my knees. It's not that I can't do them. It's just that I chose not to do that kind of workout. Stabilization stuff, like get on your knees, and then get on one knee, put it behind you, put out the other arm like this. Anyways, you can look up those exercises, but stabilization exercises to help heal this. You got to rest. And so this started to get better. I was trying to do everything ice, heat, do ice, eat, especially ice in the beginning. And I don't know if you should use ice even now, like weeks after. It says, I don't think it makes a difference, but it might make you feel better. It's heat that you need after the initial stages. So it was healing. It's nice to wake up, after a sleep. You hope when you go to sleep that when you wake up in the morning it's just going to be gone, and that's the way it is sometimes. And then it's one morning, 2 mornings. So this is what happened. I have a motorcycle. I just got a motorcycle. I've been riding around on it and practicing, and I didn't really notice any stuff bothering me doing that, because I'm having so much fun. But last night I went around on my bike, and then I remember calling my brother and saying, "You want to go for a walk?" I had to deliver something to the post office, and it was about 4K. And okay, so my upper back is feeling better, but it hasn't been that long that it's been that way. So in this box is something that weighs no more than 3 pounds. No more than 3 pounds. I meet my brother. We go for a walk. I'm having trouble with my throat. And I'm carrying this box. And just by carrying this box, it weighs nothing. It's like a feather. I'm like, it can't be the weight. Just holding it with, one hand and then both hands, just by having my arms up for that walk there. So it's about maybe 2 kilometers there. I noticed when I was coming back that the back of my head started to really hurt, and it was going over my shoulders just by holding it up for that length of time. So probably half an hour that I held that up. Horrible, man. And I still have the effects of it still happening now. So because I have a motorcycle, I've been riding it recently. I got a new motorcycle, so maybe because I'm going out on it and not going on, usually I go on 2 walks a day. I don't know if I'm hurting myself doing that, but I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it isn't. But because I'd come back and I'd be fine, and then when I'd wake up the next morning I'd also be fine. So it was that box. Unbelievable. Something so light. It really sucks to have to stop working out, doing certain things. It sucks to go through. I've been through a lot of pains in my life. You see on my channel here, and I haven't made many videos on here yet. So this is one of a list of maybe about 10 things in my life, the hardest things I've had to go through. A back that's put out. Rest if you can. Constantly put heat afterwards, like after the first week. Yeah, I'd put ice on it. I don't know how long. I'd probably do it for a week anyways, if it feels good. But that's what I did. Ice, heat, ice, heat, ice, heat. And then I switched to heat, and I keep a TENS machine on. Just give me another second. My back really hurts now. I remember the first time I pulled it, you just want it to stop, right? It was just over a place over here, like very close to my house. And I'm not saying all places are like this, but physiotherapy, she palpated it and was trying to find the areas. She pressed so hard, I got worse. And I didn't find physiotherapy help me anyways, because I have a TENS machine anyways. What is a TENS machine? Transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation. So it's like this. Man, if you have $40 or $50, you can buy one of these. Just look on Amazon, look it up, look for the best sellers. Some that have sold like 50,000. You can see the name here. I'm not going to say it. But you charge it, like in your computer, whatever, with the USB. You can keep this on for like 2 days. You can keep this on for like 4 days without having to charge it. But it sends electrical nerve, pulses that stimulate your nerves to heal. But there's also times where my upper back, so my traps are pulled, and so all those nerves, it's setting off all the nerves in there. When I turn this on, it turns those nerves on, and I'll notice I have a lot of pain. I'll be like, I didn't have pain just a second ago. I'll turn the machine off and it's gone. That's just because it's activating those nerves. I'm not saying, it would be quite rare with another person. What else would I say? Make sure you get good rest. Walking, because it was my lower back, the third time I pulled it was the very lower back. So I'm like, what do I do now? Do I not walk? I have to walk to stay well with the conditions I have. So what I did was I just started to walk slower and a little bit less, and that really helped. I use my stairwell all the time in my building, and I do double steps. I've been doing double steps for a long time. I stopped doing those, just slowly going up the stairs. So that healed. It's not like a huge sharp pain anymore. And if it's bad enough, go to the hospital and get an MRI. That's what I would say. You don't want to take a chance. I still may go. Anyways, I think I've said pretty much everything. Rest as long as you need to rest. Yes. Make sure, and I'm telling you, your joints and your vertebrae of your spine and all that, those joints and your vertebrae and all that, they run on water. They need water. That's what lubricates all your joints and all that type of stuff. And it will help this. Make sure you are keeping water. Like people like say, well, I get it from Coke or I get it from that. No, man, I get it from just get it from water. Just get it from water. I would drink throughout the day. I wouldn't just drink 2 liters and then say I've had it. I would drink throughout the day. You'll find it helps you. I've been doing that for quite a few years, and it really helps. So, guys, I hope you heal. Pray that everyone heals who watches this, and I hope you do the same for me.